Dear Acharya ji, Pranam. Yes, Parmeshwari. She is quoting me to me. Book of Myths by Acharya Prashant. Chapter Myth of Guru. And now opens the quote. Everything in life is Guru. Some get it through dancing, some get it through singing, some get it through serving somebody, and some get it through listening to a man. But that does not mean that the man is somebody special. Acharya ji, I was discussing some knowledge with one of our friend who knows that I am following you. He was so stubborn that he does not need a guru because he will learn from life directly on his own. Also, he asked if he is able to get knowledge from many people, then why should he subscribe to one person? I could not convince my friend on how a guru is essential in life, even as there is a possibility to learn ourselves from life. Acharya ji, kindly guide. What kind of friends do you keep, Parmeshwari? The guidance is to earn a decent circle of friends. This is the guidance. If you continue to maintain the same old environment that you have been living in, inner change would remain impeded. I'm not saying this because your friend is disputing the need of a guru. In fact, factually speaking, what your friend is saying is more correct than what you are saying. The reason is different. Listening to someone is not a matter of a fashion or trend or cult or craze. It is a deep inner need and love. Otherwise, really, what is the need to listen to somebody? It happens when there is a real need. Yes, obviously it is possible to learn from life. The question is not whether it is principally possible to learn from life. The question is, are you among friends who have really learned from life? So somebody says, is it not possible to learn directly from life? Yes, it is possible. But have you? Sir, is it not possible that I may learn from life directly on my own? Yes, obviously it is possible. But look at your face. Have you? Have you? If you have, then why are we even talking about all this? And if you haven't, why are we even talking about all this? Obviously, you have quoted me, and I have been very assertive, eager, and open in saying that life itself is a great teacher. That the one who is eager to learn will learn from this, that, and the opposite of this and the opposite of that. But are you that person who would learn from this, that, and the opposite of this and the opposite of that? Are you the one? Have you done that? Look at your life. I said, look at your face. If you are indeed the one who could learn from the mosquito and the pig and the pigeon and the crow, wonderful. But are you that person? Are your friends of that quality Parmeshwari who are able to learn from the mosquito and the pig? And from the wall and the stall? And from the mountain and the river? Now, first of all, these aren't people of the kind who would learn anything from anybody. Secondly, they do not even have the basic inclination to learn. When that need, when that great love arises, only then do you approach somebody to learn. If that need or that love is not there, you will have 1,000 arguments against learning. You will say, I'll be able to learn from here and there. A fellow came and he said, I learn from the birds. When they are chirping, I learn so much. Now this fellow cannot learn even when somebody is speaking in Hindi or English, the languages he knows. But the bugger says that he is able to learn when the bird is crowing. The noise of the insects teaches him so much. And he is the one who has never been able to understand something. When a man has offered advice, or a kid has come up and said something, but it's a great defense against learning. It's a great defiance of truth. It is a great way to remain secure in your ignorance. When Ganga is flowing in front of you, you may say, oh, there is enough moisture in the air. I will condense the moisture from the air, collect a few drops and drink. Why do I need to go to the Ganga? The air is all around me and the air has moisture. So I'll drink directly from the air. You drink through your throat, I drink through my lungs. I breathe in and that is drinking. This man is just afraid of water. He has become so insensitive to his own parched throat that all he knows is to make stories. Acharya ji, I was discussing some knowledge with one of our friend. This is extremely mediocre, Parmeshwari. This is the typical middle class drawing room story. Discussing some knowledge. Where did you get it from? I never doled out knowledge to you, Parmeshwari. What I have told you is something very sacred and more importantly, very, very intimate. It is something between you and me. You turned it into marketable knowledge and you started discussing it with all and sundry in your drawing rooms. And that too with unworthy people. When I speak to you, it's a love affair. And you exposed the affair to strangers, can there be a greater crime? You will go around tom-tomming in the world, I am having an affair with Acharya ji. This is what you have done. And I never pardon this thing. When it is between me and you, how did you reveal it? I was discussing some knowledge with one of our friend. Whenever these friends come in, then there is a big problem. Who knows that I am following you? Now what do you want to do? You want to create a long tail? A long tail of 40 people, of which the first is Parmeshwari, and then the next one is Parmeshwari's friend, and the next one is the friend of friend. Essentially, you want to retain the old extended family. And you just want to add Acharya ji to that family, right? Your old circle of friends should remain and Acharya ji should get added to it. You know the tradition in your country, Parmeshwari. The woman leaves her family when she finds the Lord. Then she goes to His place. Or does she carry her brother and servant and dog along? Would you go to the Lord with your entire village? I am the bride and this is the dowry. Why are you so insistent on retaining these friends? And not only are you insistent on retaining these friends, you are also exposing me in front of them. Do I speak to everybody in MAG? No, I speak only to those who pay up. Am I talking to all and sundry on the road? No, those are other occasions. I was discussing some knowledge with one of our friends. Who knows that I am following you? Like girls, teenage girls gossiping about their latest affairs with each other. You know, she knows I am doing this these days. Oh, she knows my things, I know her things, and we share a little bit. He was so stubborn that he does not need a guru. And why were you convincing him that he needs a guru? Am I running some kind of cult? You are convincing him that he needs me. Now you come and convince me as well that I need him. How are you so sure that I will admit him? Do I admit everybody who comes knocking? Do I? Because he will learn from life directly on his own. Had he learned from life directly on his own, would he have befriended you, Parmeshwari? Now after this, I know what you are going to do. Anushka is already smiling. You will write a long message and you will say, no Acharya ji, this is not what I meant. And you are unnecessarily scolding me all the time. But what are you doing all the time behind my back? I said, these are intimate things, Parmeshwari. They are not to be revealed to strangers. At least they are not to be revealed to stubborn, indifferent, and foolish strangers. You know, in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna warns Arjun very, very clearly. He says, if you utter even a word of this Gita to someone who does not have faith in me, Arjun, then a curse will fall upon you. This is what Krishna says to Arjun. In the final stages of Gita, this is the advice and the warning. Arjun, if you utter even a word of this Gita to someone who does not have faith in me, then you will stand cursed. And here you say, I was discussing some knowledge with one of our friends. Also, he asked that if he is able to get knowledge from many people, then why should he subscribe to one person? If is a big if. If he is indeed able to get it from here or there, without or within, then obviously there is no need to listen to anybody. But it's a huge if. Has he been able to get it? And if he indeed has been able to get it, then congratulate him. And you too learn from him. I am fully in support of learning in all ways from everywhere and everybody. But I am not at all in support of foolishness and hypocrisy. Get the difference, please. I am absolutely in support of learning from wherever it is possible to learn. But I am not at all in support of using the various avenues to learn to not to learn. Picking up one book and saying, I would rather learn from the other book. And then picking up the other book and saying, I would rather learn from the other book. What are you using all the books for? You're using each of the book to not to learn. Now this is what I strongly dislike. I could not convince him on how Guru is essential in life. You could not convince him, but you spilled the beans. Even though there is a possibility to learn ourselves from life, Guru is essential in life so that this possibility may materialize. These are not contradictory statements. You are saying, how is Guru essential in life, even as there is a possibility to learn ourselves from life? But have you learnt yourself from life? The possibility to learn by yourself remains merely a possibility. For most people. Except if you are one in a million. A Guru is needed so that the possibility may gain fructification. Otherwise, at the level of possibility, we all are perfect. Potentially, we are all truth. Are we not? Potentially, we are all nothing short of the great Brahm. Just potentially. You won't live and eat and die in your potential, Parmeshwari. You live and eat and breathe and die in your practical reality. So don't talk of possibilities and potentialities. Talk of the fact of the practical life. Not everybody is to come to the Guru. Only those are to come to the Guru who first of all want liberation. And therefore I am asking you, why are you friends with those who do not want liberation? Liberation means flying away. But if you are friends with those who do not want to fly away, they will arrest your flight. Not only are they not liberated, they will prevent you too from being liberated. And when their time will come, they will find some teacher on their own. The teacher could be within, without. The teacher could be a man, a woman. The teacher could be living or dead. The teacher could be a book or an audio or a video. The teacher could be an insect or a bird. There could be one teacher. There could be 1,000,000 teachers. Let them find on their own. Teachers appear immediately, very easily. It is the appearance of the student that is very, very difficult. And what is the point in parading the teacher to a non-student? If the teacher is there and the student is not there, it is an insult to the teacher, or is it not? When I speak, I come in, I appear after all the students have assembled. So the student has to appear first and then the teacher appears. And it has never happened that the students have appeared and I have not appeared. Has it ever happened? So two things are there. One, the student has to appear first. And second, if the student has appeared, then the teacher will compulsorily appear. You are trying the opposite. The student is not at all there. And you are holding Acharyaji's hand and parading him in front of an indifferent crowd. By doing this, are you offering me respect, Parameshwari? I would be glad to appear not only in front of 1 or 2 or 5 people, but in front of thousands of people when they are ready as students. Then I'll appear in front of all of them and address them. So if you want me to appear in front of them, first of all, let them be ready as students. And not everybody would be a student. It requires a very high qualification. It requires a really loving mind to be a student. Mind your friend circle. And what I have said is not to be taken emotionally. Are you getting it?